Hello everyone and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine and today I'm going to be working on another layout for my March Madness series where I work with a sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches, and I also count up my Calvin ball points based on a list put out by scraphappy.org. So if you are interested in either of those things, I have links in the description box that will take you to the Facebook group where you can find all the sketches for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And I also have links that will take you over to the scraphappy.org website where you can find all the information about Calvin Ball and the other free events that they have. Or if you want to be in a membership group that meets online, if you don't have a close-knit community, or if you do have one and you just want to expand, it's a great place to be. So today is day 28 of 30 Days of Sketches, and the sketch that we are working with today is this double page sketch right here by Stacy Tawari, and she is, I think, Scrappin' Panda or something like that on Instagram. I also have her Instagram linked below in the description box, so you can go look her up if you like. And then I am going to work with, I'm doing a one-page layout because I only had 3 photos. So I'm just going to do the second page of this layout, and then I'm just going to move my title over to that page. It's a pretty basic sketch in that it's got like that border on the outside, some hexagons, and 3 photos. And then on the left side, it has the title. So I'm going to just pop the title over underneath that larger photo. Hi, Alana. Welcome. Yes, it has been a fabulous Friday. Thank you. It was a busy morning, but the rest of my day was really great. Okay, so I started with, talk about the sketch first. I started with a black cardstock and I ran it through my Cricut and got this hexagon cut file to mimic the hexagons in this sketch. I thought about just using like a hexagon punch, but I decided that this is the way I wanted to go. I cut it out of this black cardstock and then used that cardstock to map my layout. So I got my 2 papers from a paper pad. Let's see, what is this one called? I'll pull it up here. It is from DCWV and it is called Tattered Time Stack. So it has all of these like kind of vintagey looking things in it. It also has some embossed gloss on the papers themselves. You can kind of see the reflection of it. So this one has embossed gears on the background. There's no embossing on this one. Not all of the papers had the embossing. I also, let me see if I can reach it. I also used this part of this paper rose stencil of arrows and did a little bit of stenciling in 3 areas on my layout. I know it's hard to see on camera, but I can see it fine in person. So we have that. And that was about as far as I got before I turned the camera on. I did have my pre-printed photos that I'm working with this month. And like I said, there were only 3 of this particular stop that we made. So it is also for my roadside attractions album, which I've been talking about a lot this month because I had a whole envelope full of photos that I had printed before I got a printer and I never did scrapbook them. So that's where we're at. I think I'm going to layer them up a little bit just to show a little bit more of that hexagon pattern, and there's some dead space in the photos. So this is in a small town in Alberta called Wainwright, where we stopped to see a few of their roadside attractions. This is an oil derrick for those of you who don't recognize it. They do not look like this anymore. This is what they looked like in the 1920s and 30s, I believe. And they have one in what they call Petroleum Park. So I thought that was pretty fascinating. It was refurbished and saved as a historical monument. And then this is right in the town center. So you can see like the tops of the buildings. This is a huge, huge clock in the town center. And it is a memorial to all of the people who didn't come home from World War I and World War II. It is also known as the bison capital of Canada. And so They have this I mean, you find there's a lot of bison memorial statue kind of things around Alberta. Most of them are fiberglass. This one is bigger than most of the ones that I've seen. So it's the biggest one in Canada, allegedly, or so it says. Hi, Adele. Welcome. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming, guys. I appreciate you being here on a Friday night. What's a girl to do, right? Okay, so that, and then I also cut part of my title out of a paper from that paper pad as well. It had this sheet with an alphabet on it. So you can see it like right here. It's one alphabet per sheet. So I actually used both sheets because I needed 2 E's for my title, which is going to be explore. So let me see about, I'm going to leave that for a second because I think I might want to tuck some embellishments under there. So I don't want to glue it down just yet. I might pop up this photo so it's above these two, but then I'll need to pop up my journaling too because my journaling is going to kind of tuck under this photo. But I'm not opposed to all the like layering of the photos sort of thing. Okay. What else do we got? Because I like the idea of, she doesn't have layered photos on this side, but she did on this side, and I really liked that idea. So I think I'm gonna take that idea from this side of the sketch and pop it over to the side that I'm actually using. What else? So a sketch is always just a jumping off point, right? So that was what inspired me to do that. I'm going to grab a washi and get some washi on here. Where is, oh, here, right beside me. I grabbed this one because I thought I kind of wanted something. I want to do a little bit of embellishing down this side here. So I thought this would be a fun one because it runs vertical. Most washi tapes run horizontal in pattern, and this one doesn't. It's vertical, and it's a typewritten font. So that's a point from Calvin Ball because I didn't end up printing my journaling in type font. So I thought, oh, that's okay. I can just use the type font washi. So I think I want it a little bit longer than that. I want it to poke out under there. Okay, so I'm going to tuck that underneath my hexagons. Ugh. And then I'm just going to pop it up over the top of the base paper. The kind of, it's like a gray, I guess, with a little bit of, it's kind of like the same color as my iced spruce distress ink, right? It's got like a little tinge of aqua or teal in there, but it's a gray. Okay. Get that stuck back down there. And then I thought I could also get maybe this or this. I couldn't decide if I wanted my film strip that I pulled out over here. I didn't pull out that many things, so I just need to figure out where I'm going to put everything. So this would be like underlining my title. This could also work. I kind of actually like it there. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on this one. And she didn't put like any embellishment spots or anything on her sketch. It's just the photos, the hexagon idea, and a title. So that is what I'm going to work from. So I'm just going to layer that up there. I also grabbed some mesh because that's on our list from Calvin Ball. I love the texture that mesh adds to my layouts. I wish they would make that product again. Okay, and then I had this black tag punched, but I'm not really sure where I want to put it. Maybe I can put it down here to start my title off. Like maybe that will be my first. One of these came from, anyway, it has the thing already peeled off because it was at the end of the roll. Speaking of that, I used up the last of my tape. I can't get this stuff off of the actual roll, so I think it's used up because like I can take the tape off, like the backing off, but I can't get the tape off of the plastic roll. So I finished up this product on this layout. So there, and then this is going to be my title, and I put adhesive foam on the backs of every other letter, not every letter, but every other. Maybe move this over a bit more. And maybe I'll lay them down from this side over. That would make more sense in terms of making sure it fits on the page kind of a thing. Because I want this to show as the background, not the black. Okay. And then I also, from that same paper pad, there's this paper that is all tickets. And so I fussy cut 3 tickets out of that paper and thought I could add those to my little embellishment clusters as well. So maybe I can put one down here. And maybe I can put one somewhere over here. I thought those were really fun. Did I pull anything else? No. I did grab a tab punch and some alphas that will help me complete my title. And that's about it. Okay, so let's see if we can get some photos glued down. And we can get started on embellishing, which will be fun. So we need photos. You know what? I just realized I didn't look up the date for this. So I'll have to do that after the fact, but it's going to go probably on one of my tickets, was my thought. I want a little bit of, so I need more of it to tuck under. I want a little bit of this to show. I want this kind of corner to show. I want this to be like a little cluster right here. And I need my T-square to make sure that that's straight because it's not looking straight as I try to lay it down on there. Oops. Okay, here we go. And then we'll get this little bison glued down. How's everybody doing on a Friday night? You're happy to hear me use the word bison? Yeah, I think isn't that what everybody call? I guess people call them buffalo, but we always say bison over here. We live really close to Elk Island, which is a big bison preserve over on our side of the prairie. I guess you're on the other side of the mountains, so. Okay, so that's where I'm kind of starting. And then I want some foam adhesive on here. So let me grab this. Let's see what I can do. So these were already printed at 4x4, but this one was a 4x6 and I cut it down to a 3.5x5 because there was quite a bit of like, I don't know, stuff that I didn't need to see in there, like grass and sky, and I wanted to be able to show the hexagons around my photos a little better, so I thought that it would be a good way to do that, to make my photos just a bit smaller. I thought about cutting this one down too, but I wanted these two to match in size, so I changed my mind. Peel that off. I can't wait for my fingernails to grow back. That's why I don't paint them. They don't survive. They get so weak and they break at every... until all the painted stuff grows out and away. It like weakens them or something. I don't know. It just wasn't meant to be, I suppose. Okay, so I don't want to cover up Mr. Bison's head. I want this to be, make sure that's straight first of all. It's helpful if the ruler is put on straight before you try to use the ruler to straighten things, right? There we go. Oh, that's not going to help. There we go. That's better. Okay, so there we have that part. And then I was thinking of layering that kind of up on there because that, again, covering up the grass is not going to make all the difference, right? So I'm just going to pop that up too, I think. So I think I'm just going to put this one down and then maybe, do I have a smaller piece? Right. So we'll put that one on there too. You got yard work done today? Guess what we got today? Snow. Yep, true story. It snowed all day again today. So the only yard work that got done here was, it's actually still snowing, I can see, and it's actually coming down pretty good. The only yard work we got done was shoveling the driveway on the sidewalk, which looks like it needs to be done again. So yay us. Oh gosh. Oh no, I put it on the wrong end. Ugh. Okay. It's okay. We can fix it. So I'm just going to flip it because I don't want to get it all the stickiness taken off. So what I did was I accidentally put it too high and I want it to overlap. So I'm just going to take this. The beauty of the ATG is that I can just pull it off with my finger. It doesn't take, as long as I don't get it on my photos. If it's just on the paper, I can usually just peel it off like this. If I get it on my photos, no, it doesn't peel off. Okay. Garbage, garbage. And then I'll add the adhesive onto here. There, that'll be better. Okay. Do I want it to stick out a little this way? Yeah, I think so. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna glue that down. I think it used to be adhesive at some point, but it's not anymore. It's just not. It's just old. Very old. More than 10 years old. Okay. And then I'm just gonna stagger that under there. That's gonna be part of that one. I can ink these edges, I think. Didn't notice it on the other one, but these ones are shining white on the edge there. Okay. Lifting more stuff up. Hope you guys brought your water. Drink your water. Okay. There we go. We got that. We have, okay, let's get this title on here. So I'm going to start at this side, right? Yep. So, like I said, every other letter has adhesive, sorry, what am I trying to say? Foam adhesive, dimensional adhesive on the back. Oh no, I'm running out. Speaking of adhesive, ATG is running low again. I've been through a lot of it. I should have counted how many rolls of that I went through this month because I have a lot of layouts. Just wait till my layout share video, which will be sometime in the beginning of April. I'm not sure when. I always like it when the weekend coincides with the first day of the month so that I can film my layout share at my own leisure. Yeah. Darn work always getting in the way of my scrapbooking. Okay. And then we have this L, which I didn't cut very well. Look at how close I got to the bottom of that L. Oh my gosh, what a goofball. So get that on there. And then we got the P. Some of these letters are massive too. I'm like, okay, did you pick the biggest font to go on here also? But it was the one that was in the book, and I didn't have like a collection kit to work with for this one. I just had that paper pad, and so I was like, well, I'm going to use what's in here. This is similar to using a collection, in my opinion, to use the paper pad. If anybody wants to see how I use a paper pad, there is a playlist on my channel. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's basically how I used up an entire paper pad. It was a good one. It was a good, I'm going to put some twine in that before I adhere it to my page. Pull this out. Making big noises. So here's my tag. Tag can be just layered up under anything. It can be under your photo, can be under your title, can hold your journaling, can be part of your cluster. Tags can go all kinds of places. So I'm going to tuck this one a little bit under the X and under my photo. I'm just going to make sure that there's a little bit of my base page showing all the way around. And then I want to turn it so that my eyelet sticks out. Okay. Which means it looks like it's not quite going to, it's going to go overlapping the black part of the border too if I want that eyelet to show. So I guess that's just the way it's going to have to be. Okay. And then I was going to layer this up. I'm going to put some adhesive on here too, because it looks like it's going to be underneath. And I should probably ink its edges because I'm seeing some white on this one as well. And we'll just tuck it in so that I can see the letters that are on the tag. And get that on there. Okay, get rid of these little bits, adhesive backing thingies. Is that what they're called? Is that the official term now? Thingies? So I want my title to be always explore. And so I have explore on here and I grabbed some gold letters. And I think I looked at them. I'm pretty sure I looked at them to make sure they had all the letters. Yeah, I did. Because I remember thinking, ooh, last two A's. Always. And the last S too. Nope, it's not. It was just the A's. Okay. Put that in there. Okay, so I think I'm going to line them up according to this R here and see if I can get them semi-straight across the way. Move that over a little, give some space in between the letters. And then I think we have title, journaling, photos. I need a date, but I did not remember to look it up before I came on here. This would have been sometime in 2017, I believe. So always explore. And I think we can open up our Calvin Ball list now and see what we can find to fit on our layout to add. Okay, if there's anything. Oh, and I also had a brad that said love because I liked the color. I Felt like it went really well with this paper. And where should I put it? Right here. Something like that. Okay. So first thing it says is star. There's not yet a star on here, but I'm sure I can find one. Let me see. There they are. I have a whole handful of them. There's other stuff stuck in them, but that's okay. So let's see. Stars. That one might be able to coordinate. Oh, here's some gold ones. I don't often like things that I find at Michael's, but these little stars, I think this is my second pack of them. They are right up my alley. They're puffy sticker stars. Right? So cool. Put one over here and one over here. So then I just have them in 3 spots. What's next? 100 or more words. You know what? It's not 100 words. I checked this time. It's just over 80 words. So no point for that, I suppose. Typewriter font. So that's where the washi came in, because I was like, oh no, I didn't type my journaling in typewriter font, but I had this cool washi that I thought really went well with these papers too. Alana says her grandson painted her fence and the seat of his pants in rainbow colors. Very nice. Very nice. Very helpful. I love that he painted his pants. It's raining in Ontario with freezing rain. Ew. Freezing rain's even worse than snow in terms of like driving and stuff. You're going to create and inspire at Markham in Markham? That's so exciting. I love that so much. Have the best time. When they used to come to Calgary, those were my favorite events. But if I fly to Ontario, it's going to be to see my grandbabies, not to scrapbook. Okay, star, journaling, typewriter font, label. I could probably find a label, couldn't I? Let's see what we got. We have all sorts of things in here. We have viewfinders. We could probably add one of those on here. We have chevron pieces. We have tabs. What else we got in here? Labels. There we go. Let's use one of these labels. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Tuck, tuck. We'll tuck it all back in there. All right. So, I have 2. So this is a stamped image that I just did a bunch of them one time when I had them out and thought that would be a good use of my time. I'm going to fold this up. I think fold something is on the list as well. And this will go up here. I am going to take this piece and I'm going to tuck that up under my mesh and stick out the other direction. Or should I put it with my tag? Ooh, yeah, I like that better. Okay, so that's just going to go up there. And then my label, where should I put the label? Ooh, it can go maybe down under a part of my title. Maybe still, okay. Just double checking to make sure we're still going. I still haven't had the internet guy. He can't come till next week. I'm like, oh, I knew it. I knew you'd come as soon as April came along. Very unhelpful with my my March madness, but I'm glad that it's going to happen. Okay, so here we got a little label on there. What else we got? Probably put this over in this side. Ink that up. So label selfie. Nope. A date. Not yet. Washi tape. Yep. Got that on there. What else we say on here? Pre-March project. No, we did not have a pre-March project. Ribbon. Nope. But do I have a nice ribbon that could go on here that would look nice on here? I don't really see anything that's going to stand out for me. I do really like this brown one with the stitching on it. Wonder if there's a spot. I could just staple a little piece of it somewhere on here. Add another texture. The more texture I add, the happier I always am with the final look of things. So where should I put this one? Just like under here, under here. Just don't know. I would not have thought of that as a place, but I like it. So it's going to go on here. Just going to pull that back up for a second and staple this on. Oops, that did not come out the way I wanted it to. It's not even attached. Okay. Try that again. That was weird. Okay. Okay. So we have ribbon now with stitching. Oh my gosh, look at that. Frame. Well, there's film strip frames. I don't know. Paper clips. I bet you I could find a paper clip. I have lots of different kinds. What kind should I put on here? I have, these ones would match. These are little banners. There's a bird, songbird. That could work. That'll get us double points, right? If we use the songbird. Why not? Actually, now that I look at it, it kind of looks like a chickadee. I just don't love birds. Maybe that's my personal issue. I need to get past it. It's okay. It's okay to put a bird on the layout. It's okay. It's not going to fly at me. It's not going to come after me in any way. It's just going to sit on my layout. It's fine. Don't like it there either. Where else can I put this guy? Maybe down here. Yeah, actually, I like it there better. Weird. This can go somewhere else. Okay. Let's get this off of here because it's kind of in my way a little bit. We have paper clips, enamel dots. I did not pick any enamel dots. What kind of enamel dots should I use for this project? Let's grab my little enamel dot box. What do we got? Ooh, we could use these gold glitter ones. They kind of match with my always the same coloring. Could draw that around my page a bit, hey? So, one here, one over here, one on this side. Okay, so we got enamel dots. What else we got on here? Hearts. I did not put a heart, but I can. I have lots of options. Where's my little pack of hearts? Here we go. We could use black hearts, gold hearts. We could use little gray hearts. I like those little gray hearts. I also have these flat sticker hearts that could possibly go with this as well. There is a heart on my ViewMaster, but it's really hard to see. Maybe I need to, nope. I kind of like the black one again. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy always putting black hearts everywhere, but there we go. Hearts. What else we got? Doilies. Probably not going to put a doily on this one. Polka dots. I did not have polka dots on anything on this entire layout. Okay. That might be a first. Use a stencil. I did that. A camera. Well, I don't have one, but I could add one. Should I punch one? Should I look for my fussy cut ones? Where are... I think I have some little ones in my black container. I already had cut out. Maybe not. Maybe they're in the black and white bucket. Look at me making a big mess over here. I just didn't get those back in there. This one? I'm trying to remember where I saw them. They were fussy cut out of Paige Evans, or no, not Paige Evans. Was it Amy Tan paper? And it was like a rainbow, but it also had black ones, which I loved. But I might have used, oh, there's still one in here. I was going to say I might have used them all already because I really did love them. But look at that. Isn't that cute? I love that. Okay, so always explore. We can add a camera. There we go. Okay, always explore. What else we got? Alana has been to 2 scrapbooking weekends. That's all she has around in her little corner of the area. Ugh, yeah, I love it when you get to be with like-minded people, and the company's the best. Adele says this is her first in-person Scrapbooking Cards Today event. You were brave coming there by yourself. Oh, I hope you get a good table with lots of fun people because they are sometimes like that's the best. Or yes, I also like it when they always go to classes and I have the table to myself too. Oh, Pam. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Thanks for coming today. You're in South Dakota. Tatanka. Yes. The bison? Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I love enamel dots too, Alana. Oh, you're going from 80 to 35. That's like what happened here this week. We went from, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but we went from like the way plus Celsius to like now it's snowing and it's like icky. It's so disappointing. All the snow is gone except in like the shadowy shaded areas. Ugh. Yeah, you're going to get snow and ice too, I bet. Yeah. We do need the moisture for sure. I don't know if you live in a place where farming and agriculture are a big part of your industry, but we do. And we always worry about the farmers here. We want there to be enough moisture for them always. Okay, what do we got? Here we are. I was doing things and then got distracted. Camera. That's where we were. Handwriting. No. But there probably will be once I stamp my date on here because my date stamp has handwritten letters. Word strip sticker. Ooh, no, but I can grab my Where's that little book that I'm trying to use up? When you know better, do better. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Throw kindness around like confetti. Live simply, give generously. Replace fear of the unknown with curiosity. Yes, I like that. Let's see. I feel like it can go right here with my title. Okay. So we got a word strip sticker, film strip. Yeah, we got that. Hexagons, we definitely got that covered. Plaid, no. Circles, yeah, we have some circles. Viewmaster, my Brad is a circle. My enamel dots are circles. Birthdays, no. Tag, yes. Stripes. Do I have something that's stripes? What's this? I have a random photo corner. It's just hanging out. We can add it. I don't know. I don't want it on there. I don't like it. I don't often like photo corners. Okay. Stripes. No, I don't think so. Right? I don't have anything that's stripes. Okay. Twine. Yes. Watercolor. No. Rub-ons. No. Monochromatic. No. Grid. Our mesh is a grid. Staple. We stapled right here. A cut file. Yes, my hexagons were a cut file. Ombre. No. Splatter. Well, actually, this paper is ombre. So yes, I did get ombre, right? Like this gear paper, it's ombre. Points. Loving it. Adele says that at the Scrapbook and Cards today, they have lots of card album and layout classes that you can attend. She's taking one with, Becky Adams. I love her. And Andrea Lake on Sunday. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you, Adele. What a great, great way to spend the weekend. Pam says that, Pam is on a farm. She can't remember it being this dry ever. You had no snow all winter? And started the fall really dry. Yeah, that's not good. We were actually pretty dry here in Alberta too, but where my son lives in Ontario, I'm pretty sure they got the entire snowfall for the country of Canada because he was working away from home and his truck was covered. He has like one of those big dually trucks that he used to use for his business, and it's massive and it was covered in snow. They had so much snow. So weird. But they live right by the Great Lakes and they often get those snow squalls, which PS, I didn't even know what that was until he moved there. I'd never experienced it before. It's so bizarre. Okay. Staple cut file ombre. Yes. Splatter. No, but I could splatter on here, couldn't I? You know what might be cute is just to splatter across my title. Where's my... What's this one called? Color Vibes Before Dawn. This is one of my faves. Do I have scrap paper to cover all the things? And maybe I'll just tuck one of these because I'm done with those sketches, right? I usually do pass them on to like friends or my mom or whatever, the sketches that I print out, because I feel like if I don't usually use the printed things, I usually use the internet, but I know like my mom prefers like a printed version that she can tuck in and take with her. So does one of my friends, Toby. So I'll often pass on my printed sketches to them, but these ones are pretty tattered because I've been using them all month. There we go. Okay. So before dawn, some splattering happened. There we go. Splatter. What else we got on our list? A sun. No. Coffee or tea. No. Cork. You know what I have is these teeny tiny little cork pieces. I wonder if I can get some of these on here somewhere because they're just so small and easy to add somewhere. I feel like I can probably get something like this on here. Some little diamonds. That's not a shape I use very often. Those are really cute. Okay. So we got cork on there, bling. Again, something so small, I feel like I can always fit a little bit of bling on a layout. So here is I like these gray ones. These are from Hunky Dory. And they are diamond sparkles, they're called. I should grab my tweezers for this though, because I tend to there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put one with each of my gold enamel dots. And the two things often go together so nicely. An enamel dot and a little bling that you can get both on there. Embossing. My paper has that glossy embossing happening on it. What else we got? Torn paper. No, I don't have anything torn. Green. No. Gears. Yes, this whole background paper is all gears. And rainbow. No. Gold. Yeah, we got gold on here. Finish a product. We finished our adhesive. We got die cuts. No. Oh yeah, this tab was a die cut. Buttons. I have buttons. I have lots and lots of buttons. I'm sure I can find a button that would like to be on my layout. What do we got? We got a star button. That would be fun. What else? Just like a regular button. Ooh, that one's pretty. It's kind of big though. And everything else on here is already pretty big. But who knows, right? Maybe it can go somewhere over this way. Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. Okay, that's a nice one. So we got some button. What else we got? Puffy stickers. Yeah, our little stars are puffy stickers. A multi-font title. Yeah, we got Always and Explorer, 2 different fonts. Feathers. No. Silver. Did I put anything silver on here? My staples are silver. Scallops. No. Clock. Yes. I could probably add a clock also because it would be the perfect embellishment for that. But I will have to look in a minute. The word love is on this brad right here. Acetate. Yes, my film strip is acetate. Use a punch. I was going to use a punch for that, but I ended up not. Did I use a punch for anything on here? Sorry, I have to leave my phone on because I am on call, but that is not my work, people, so we can ignore that one. Let's see. Did I use a punch? No. Weird. Okay. But I could. So I did first punch a bunch of these hexagons to add. So maybe I can use one of these punched ones as an extra piece. Look at that. Punched piece. Did we? No, we're at punch, not at hexagon. We already passed that. Songbird right here. Wood grain, no. Doodling, no. 3 or more photos, yes. Black and white photo, no. Geotag. I don't have one on here, but do I have any left? I used to have some in here, but I'm not sure if I've used them all or not. But let's have a quick look. Don't see any. No such luck. I think I've used them all. They were one of those things that I used up quite a bit. Okay. So no to the geotag. Rounded corners, no. Glitter. Yeah, we have glitter enamel dots. Disney. No, this is not a Disney one. Leaves. No. Speech bubble? No. Wax seal? No. A recycled or repurposed item? Oh, I'll have to give that one some thought. I don't think so. And I've had to move my temporary list to a new sheet of paper because it was just getting so long, right? Avocado? No. Music notes? No. White pen? No. Sloth? I do have a little sloth. I think I could add him on here somewhere. He's pretty cute. I mean, maybe. What else do I got? Memorabilia? No. Flowers? No. Use a sketch? Yes, we did that. Butterfly? Holiday theme? Clouds? No. You know what I could do though is punch a cloud out of my vellum and get that on here because heaven knows I have plenty of little vellum scraps that should probably get used up. I can't reach. And Calvin Ball is the time to do it because otherwise I forget. So here we go. So, and then we've got, for sure, we've got something punched. We didn't even need our hexagon in there. Maybe I'll replace the hexagon actually with our little cloud because I'm not really loving the way that that looks with the background. So I will ink the edges of that. And I'll maybe tuck him in behind my little sloth. There we go. So we have a cloud. Books, wood veneer. No, but I could add something in wood veneer. I'll give it some thought. A banner, a bee, sequins, hedgehogs, stamps. Yes, we have stamps. Journaling cards, no. A bow, nope. Lace, no. What else we got? Brads. I got one up there. A shaker pocket, no. A chicken, no. No fruit, no chipboard. Did I use chipboard? No, I was going to use chipboard letters, but I went with the foam ones instead. Put away 5 layouts. That'll happen at the end of the month. Vellum, we got some right here. Eyelet, Viewmaster, a ticket, photo corners, no. Super old stash. That mesh is very old. Chevron. Yeah, we have a chevron pattern in this little piece over here. A deer, no. Playing card, no. Bubbles, no. Quote, no. Robots, no. Blue, yellow, the word spring, all no. Tab, we got a little tab up here. We have dimensional adhesive. Our title is not curved. I folded that little tab over. We got a list. Well, no, not exactly. Like the list of things that are in the photos. No. Trees. No. But could I add a wood veneer tree? Yeah, probably. Right? That would be fun. Where can he go? There we go. Got a little wood veneer tree on there. Maybe I'll put some extra ones on there. Should I just look for one more? Everything's cuter in threes, right? That one's a bit smaller. Do I want them to all be the same size? So a while back, I went through all my wood veneer and pulled out all the tiny little things like this because they always fall to the bottom and they never get used. And I've used so many more of these teeny tiny things that I've refilled this bin with a bunch of stuff from the Dollar Tree because I was like, yeah, I can totally add more now that I've used a bunch of it. And now it gets used. This is one of my go-to things. Sometimes I'll go here instead of doing enamel dots or like bling or something. I'll go to the wood veneer instead. Let's see. Where is... Now I've lost the... I should have pulled it out while I was ahead of myself, right? Lost the one that I did have. Looking for a bigger one. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that for now. Maybe I'll find another one. If I find another one, it can go right here. Trees, cats, no. Bunny rabbits, no. Unicorns, no. Teal or turquoise. Yeah, this background color is. Nouveau drops, no. Dragonflies, no. Airplanes, no. Mesh, yes. Farm animals, no. Wild animals, yes. brown, definitely, and a colored pen for journaling. No, not going to do that. Okay, so I don't know how many points this is going to be. I will count them up and tell you tomorrow. But I did want to share with you that I looked when I added my points from yesterday. I think and this is why I'm not adding it on screen, because after I turned off the camera and I went through the list again and wrote everything down, I had on the camera, I had done 65. When I actually went back and did it with like not being distracted by going back and forth, I had 80 points. So I'm like, it's not working to do that anymore. It's just the list has gotten too long, I think. So I think from now on, I'm just gonna, because it's almost the end of the month and the list just keeps getting longer. So I'm just going to start adding them up afterwards, and then I'll give you this information. So yesterday was 80. That put me at 1,836 points, and I'm in 7th place. My goal this year is to break 2,000. So I have what? Today is the 28th, 29, 30. No, I did not find an avocado, Alana. I did not. Not that matched with anything that I got on here, but my friend Paula made me these little sloths, and I was able to, I think he matches really nicely. I didn't find an avocado that I felt like went with what I was trying to say here. So unfortunately not today. So then I'm at 7th place, and I want to get to 2,000. So I have 29, 30, 31. So I have 3 more layouts to get myself up to there, plus whatever points I get today. So I feel like if I get 50 points every day, I'm still going to break that 2,000 mark. So that should be fun, right? I'm going to meet my goal. A lot of people set themselves a goal for like, I want to get 1 layout a week done, or I want to get 100 points this year. So don't think that this is a normal thing. It's not. And a lot of the people that are up at the top there, they do like other things. So you get points for every like art journaling page. And you can throw anything on an art journaling page. It does not have to make any sense or look pretty or anything. It's just your journal. So I feel like those are the ladies that end up with those really high top scores, because there's people in there that are already at 3,000 points. I'm never going to get that. So yeah. Let's see. What do we got on here? You got all the snow too, Adele? Oh my gosh. Yeah, in Ontario, right? Yeah, my son is in the Barrie kind of Muskoka area up by Midland. I don't know if you know where that is, but yeah, it was crazy. It was so much snow. Pam says she farms corn, soybeans, hay, and alfalfa. You raise chickens and eggs. Ah, fun. And big gardens. Oh my gosh, I used to love garden. When my grandma was alive, she always had a big, beautiful garden, and I always got fresh vegetables from her, but it's not one of those things that I picked up on. Oh no, I'm so sorry you lost your husband to COVID. Goodness, that's not good. I'm so sorry for your loss. But I'm so glad that your son and daughter-in-law are able to help farm. That's nice. So you didn't have to leave the farm. Yeah, no avocado. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Your goal is to watch everybody's videos. Ah, yes. You know what? Scrapbooking is one of those things too. I had a pretty rough year a few years back, and scrapbooking really helped me to refocus on what is wonderful about my life, both in the past and in the present. And it just helped me to like, accept things that I can't change and just like focus on what is still wonderful. And it's not the be all end all, that's for sure, but it sure does help me to get through some tough times. And I really love the people. I really love that you guys are here, that you're chatting with each other, that you are part of our community, and I really appreciate you being here. So if you would like to come back tomorrow, I will be on at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 5 p.m. Pacific Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be working with our next sketch from Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. And we'll talk about the Calvin ball points and where I'm at and if I'm reaching my goal. And yeah, so thanks again for being here, everyone. I really appreciate you. And thank you to anybody who's watching from the future. I love it when you guys take the time to spend on my channel with me. I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions or comments, you can always leave them in the comment box after the video is loaded, and I will get back to you just as soon as I can. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening. Bye for now.